Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. If there's any gentlemen in the house, hello, hello. How are you? Catherine and Karen and Lynn and
Hello,
Ellen.
hello.
They are here. Brandy and I just hopped on real quick before you. Hi, Sherry. And we were both like, what do we read? Got to remember what we read. So
I think I remember. I think it's coming back to me. It's coming back to me.
okay. I'm just going to say right off the bat, this is not what I expected. This is not the kind of book I thought we were going to read. I don't know what I thought we were reading. But
Yeah, me either. It's
this was not it.
I don't know. I kind of thought it was going to be like, like people go in and the books that are magically meant for them or that tell them their story. I don't know. I don't know what maybe I just didn't know what I expected.
That's what I thought. I thought it was going to be a bookshop and the books were going to tell people things. I don't know. There was, and I totally did not expect it to be a modern day timeline and a past day timeline and all that. I didn't anticipate that at all. So I was like, what are we talking about here? And I still have a hard
time. But it could just be that they're setting up the story, maybe. They're setting up how the bookshop
maybe
came to be.
Because now it seems like he's just looking for this lost bookshop that's supposed to be where she's living. I don't know. And it was the lady from 1921's bookshop, right?
Yep.
It's a little strange. So I'm having a hard time remembering which lady has which backstory. You know what I mean? Like the lady Martha, who's living in the house, taking care of the old lady. She was with somebody. Was she with somebody that she?
I think she's the one. She's the one running from, I think, an ex-husband or boyfriend or ex somebody who hurt her.
Right. And then the lady back in 1921,
whatever her name is,
she left her family, right? Her family wanted her to
she left her family.
Else. They're going to marry her off or whatever. And she's left them. And somehow opened up this bookshop, I guess.
Well, because she's the one that's totally into books, and that's what she wants to do with her life. This other chick, the modern day chick, Martha, wasn't even into books. But now that she's met, I guess, Hottie McCotterson dude, now she's a little fascinated because he's, I guess he's easy on the eyes, and it makes her a little bit more interested.
And Deborah's like, I had to read it 3 times. Lynn's like, it makes more sense if you read it twice. Oh, goodness. Right? Yeah, Karen, it was the mother and the brother. They had things set up for her. Like she was going to marry somebody. And she was like, no. And she left.
Arranged marriages are crap. Sorry.
So she left, right? So I don't know. It's a little confusing. And definitely not what I thought it was going to be like at all. So I don't know.
I said, we're still at the beginning. So I think this is just a setup for the shop. And then because right now, at the very beginning, the little boy comes in. She's just telling the story of why the bookshop has the name it has. And as far as like, do you want to know the story? And so she's telling him the story.
And that was
But
Opaline.
The story includes...
That's Opaline or that's...
Right.
Martha?
The story includes Opaline and her. I'm thinking.
Okay.
Well, I mean, because, so you talk about Opaline, but then he's going to be like, well, where do you come in at this? So, I guess you got to kind of give a little bit of history of how did it go from Opaline and her. Because I'm assuming Opaline is the one who founded this very hard to find magical bookshop.
Right. Yeah. How
So
far
then
did you
how did
read?
Martha come about doing it?
We only read to page 79, Lynn. Only page 79.
Yeah, chapter 12.
Martha was married. Yes, Martha was married, and she left, and she's still looking behind her all the time for this guy, thinking,
Oh yeah, she's like freaked.
yeah, thinking he might be there around the corner or something. Yes. So I don't know. My guess is maybe she does encounter him again at some point and has to deal with it or something. Hi, Joe. And now she's got Henry, and they're kind of starting to be friends and hang out and stuff. So
There's starting to be something. I think there's going to be a little romance going on here. Little romance.
I don't know. Maybe.
It always starts off with, I can't stand you. Who are you? Why are you peeking in my window? Which would be strange.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Why is he out on the street looking in there?
If I'm there and someone's peeking in my window, I'm going to be like, who are you and why are you staring at me?
Oh, they
in my
had
place.
just gone, Lynn, they had just gone to that shop, and he was going to buy her, because she's talking about going to school, and he was going to buy her some expensive, like, what was it, a portfolio or something? I don't know.
And like a pen or something?
Yeah.
An ink pen or something?
It was too expensive, and he couldn't get her that, but I don't know. Very interesting.
Then didn't she think she either think she saw or did see her brother or something, or was that Opaline? See, that's the only problem is I'm like, hold on, who?
I know. It's
because they're both running from somebody.
Right?
Yeah, they're both running from somebody, and it's like, okay, hold on. Someone, I think Opaline saw her brother somewhere.
Yeah, that's
because the only person
part. They are both running from something.
Yeah.
Someone. Yeah. And they're both connected to the bookshop somehow. So they tend to get the lines get a little blurred sometimes. So
yeah, so my guess is Opaline or Opaline, whatever you say her name. My guess is that she founded the shop, and that since Henry is all about finding the mysterious, because he obviously knows about this hidden bookshop, and that's what he's trying to find, and she gets somehow caught up in it, and then obviously starts running it. But so there's something happens.
He's only wanting to find it because it contains some special manuscript or something he's trying to find in the bookshop.
Yes, I think so. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking, and maybe it's Opaline's manuscript.
I don't know, because they talk a lot about manuscripts that have disappeared and things that authors have written that you don't know what happened to them, or don't know that those stories existed or whatever. So,
right,
it could have something to do with that. I don't know.
So I am interested to see how
who was looking down at Hemingway. Who was looking down at Hemingway? There was
Opaline. She was on because Henry found the picture that was taken when Hemingway was in the shop, and she was working for a bookshop. Yeah, and she was up on the ladder. And they took a picture because Hemingway, she said, was very arrogant and a jerkwad. Yeah. And she didn't want her picture taken. And that's the one picture Henry has of, here's Opaline.
Is with Hemingway. Yeah. And it was Opaline who had the valuable book when she left home. Right?
Yeah.
She sold.
Yeah, she spent.
And yeah. And so did that start her dealings in the rare books and whatnot way back then? And she continued with that or something. Maybe she ended up having some of those rare manuscripts they're talking about. Yeah,
or maybe she
vanish. And so, okay, have you seen the cover of the book?
Yeah.
So the cover of the book shows a bookshelf with a little tiny building on the shelf. So is this lost bookshop? Is there something magical somewhere in some place that has shelves that like a portal or something? I don't know. Hello, Michelle.
Well, the bookshop supposedly has some sort of magic. Now, are they going to tell us when this bookshop, accrued this magic? Because was it a normal bookshop to start with? Does it only appear to those that need it? I don't know. Like, it's kind of interesting to find out. Are we going to know?
Is it in her house in that basement, just like on a shelf? And you go.
That's what Henry's thinking. It's got to be right there.
And so you find this little building shop, like a miniature, but it's a portal to somewhere, to the real bookshop.
I don't know.
I know Lynn. Lynn just
look at Lynn.
I know.
Lynn, she's just like, oh, I love when they think this is this and this is this, and it's really
totally
this.
Eats this up because she already knows. Yeah.
Oh, Lynn, you were one of those people that did not ever you must have looked at all your Christmas gifts ahead of time.
I bet she did. I bet she looked in all of them, opened them up, rewrapped them, and put them back under the tree. Right, Lynn? Right, Lynn? Confess.
Yep. I know, confess.
There you go. Behind the dresser, Karen, behind the dresser in the basement is maybe going to be the door into the bookshop. Right? Maybe.
So there's something, and we're going to find out. I feel like surely we're going to find out in this next section, like how this bookshop actually, if she found them, never opened them. Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. But I think that we're going to find out how this bookshop came about, and then maybe we'll start finding out how the magic works. Because there's got to be magic to it. I mean, it's a lost bookshop. There's got to be some magic of some kind into how's it hidden.
So, and they talk about, well, this is what the back says. When a vanishing bookshop casts its spell. So a vanishing bookshop that casts a spell. 3 unsuspecting strangers. We already know 3 people. Is it those 3 people? But how can it be those 3 when one's so far in the past and these people, the other 2 are, I don't know. Will discover that their own stories are every bit as extraordinary as the ones found in the pages of their beloved books. By unlocking the secrets of the shelves, that's why I think there's a shelf. Maybe there's a bookshelf behind the dresser. They find themselves transported. See, they're going to be transported. It's going to be a portal. It's got to be a portal to a world of wonder where nothing is as it seems. Right? Oh, there goes Brandy. Brandy's gone. No. I just get that sense that that's how it's going to work. They're going to find this shelf. It's going to have this little book or something, or a little building or something on the shelf, and that's going to transport them to, I don't know, wherever.
I was saying before I got cut off, it's a port key.
There you go. There you go. It's going to, you touch it and you go somewhere. Right?
So, I feel like we're going to get past we're going to get a little bit more of the history so that we at least know where it came from. And then we're going to get into how it works. That's my thought process.
Well, that would make sense. That would totally make sense. We shall see. That's funny, Karen. We shall see. We will see. Yeah. Yeah, because right now it's just.
I'm liking it. It's just
totally not what I thought.
We're just at the beginning.
Yeah, totally not what I thought it was going to be. Really. Yeah. Yeah, we're at that point where there's more questions questions than understanding. More misunderstanding and questions than we know about. So interesting. We'll see.
That is true.
Yeah. Well, what else?
Pretty much about all we had for this.
I know, right? Not much more to talk about. Mrs. Bowden, the lady that lives in the house that she takes care of. And then I think it's interesting. She went upstairs and they were having that party and she was, waiting on the ladies and whatnot. And she didn't she go out and leave them or something for that night? But then she came back and they cleaned everything up and they were just, that's kind of interesting. You have to keep notes, right, Deborah? I get that. I totally get that. I might start taking some notes. I might start writing some things in here like, what's happening? What's going on? Hi.
Hi.
Well, I'm hoping that as it goes along, it's going to be clearer who's what.
Yeah.
To read your live.
Oh,
that's
you
my
can read my live.
And say bye to you at the same time.
And say hi. Hi.
Hi.
Is that Josh?
It is.
Hello. Hey, Josh.
He stopped by after work to pick up some stuff and yeah. Well,
Oh.
yeah.
And I'm leaving.
And now he's leaving.
Now he's leaving.
See how that works? One of them.
Well, good to see you, Josh.
What? What you said?
I don't know. What'd you say, Brandy?
I said, good to see you, Josh.
Oh, good to see
hi.
you too.
Hi, Josh. Hi, Josh. Hello, Josh. Hi, Josh.
And I try to sneak in randomly.
I know, right?
Oh, Josh, geez.
So, Josh, okay, Josh, tell him real quick about the book you're reading. What's the name of the book you're reading?
You're not done yet.
I know, there's more stuff in the refrigerator. Yeah.
What is it?
What is the book you're reading?
Second Star.
Second Star to the Left.
Is that what it's called?
Now, what
Is
was
that a Peter Pan story?
Yeah.
Peter Pan?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
it's a little adulty.
It's adultish.
Oh.
Apparently,
is it anything like that one that we read, Mindy? Is it?
I asked him if it was violent, and he said no, it's more sexual than violent. He said like Peter Pan was like a stalker. He was like snooping on.
Yeah, creeping on through the window.
Creeping through the window.
Keeping Tom, but she ends up liking it, I guess. So I don't know. Whatever.
And then she's taken some shower in a tree.
Yeah, she took her to Neverland, and now she's in Neverland, freshening up in Neverland, and there's not a lot to stop from peeping Tom, so she was getting a little roused by it.
And there he is watching her.
See, Mindy, that sounds like your kind of book. It's a sexual romantical sexual
fairy tale.
Fairy tale with no violence. So
I gotta get the name of it again.
I don't want to keep saying it wrong.
He keeps saying it wrong. He's gonna. Oh, he's got the book. Okay. All right. We'll see what this is about. It actually sounds pretty good. You got Wendy over there.
That's what I was like. Mindy's like, if there's no violence, I'm all for it.
Exactly. That was the first question I asked him. I said, is it violent? Because that last one, I mean, it starts out with the dude slicing up his uncle. I mean, no.
That started straight off into the.
I know, right? The violence was like right there, right off the bat.
I got a visual too with it.
Oh, this is the one that you got from Jen.
Second to
the right. Second to the right.
Wait, that looks similar to a set of books that I've seen.
Neverland
fairy tale.
It's the Neverland Chronicles.
Yeah, there's more. There's more.
Volume 1. I gotta write this down.
The other one, the next one's like.
Mindy's like.
Like. First Star to the Left. Something similar to that.
Is there anything listed in the book? Second to the right. No, like the other books or anything. Sometimes
usually it would be listed in the front.
Yeah, this one doesn't have anything. Those who don't believe in magic will never find it. Do you know who said that? Oh, did you see? Look at Lynn's comment.
Does sound good. Mindy doesn't like slipping and going home in tongues.
That was
Randy did not like that part.
No.
And I got a little worried with the sexy scenes because I
Hi,
was
Sean.
it was too descriptive.
Yeah.
Too
So
descriptive.
Brandy didn't like the sex part. I didn't like the violent part because it was so descriptive. Well, they were both descriptive in their own ways. So Brandy was trying to like skip some of the really sexy, smutty scenes, and I was just trying to skip the blood and gore.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah,
they can
I
tell
didn't want
me
to
that
be able
somebody
to
killed
smell and
somebody.
hear the sounds.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell me that
I was
somebody
good with
killed
the
somebody.
killing.
I'm good with that, but I don't need all of
You
that.
don't need to know that their intestines are dripping out. And
Exactly.
The blood
Or that their
hits the
tongue,
floor.
or that their tongue is
See-
on the floor and somebody slips on it. No, I don't need to
See,
know
that
that.
sounds funny.
Yeah, see, that kind of stuff doesn't bother me. I just didn't want to be able to. There were too many fluids of the other kind.
Oh, other kinds.
I'm good with the blood and the guts and the gore.
She's okay with one kind of fluid, but not the other, and we're the opposite. I can deal with the other fluids.
Well,
okay,
CSI person here, so CSI person, I got to be good with that kind of stuff. So,
yeah, well, Brandy, but you know, I mean,
Blood.
if you're into all of that CSI stuff, you're gonna have to deal with all the fluids. Yeah, look at her face.
yeah, because they like to pose them and all kinds of stuff. So long, I don't know. I just don't want to hear the squishy sound.
You might have to deal with the other stuff too. Mm-hmm.
But that's okay. That's after the fact.
Wasn't the best, but it was
Okay with that.
After the fact. So there's 3 of them. Second to the right is the first one. Straight on till morning is number 2. And Queen of the Lost Boys is number 3.
Oh, that sounds like that one's going to be
it might be something to look into.
Like a what do you call those, dominatrix style?
I like it. It's it's a big book. Look, it's like big. And it's got like large print too. This would go fast.
Those chapters are long though.
It's got little breaks in it.
Yeah, I no longer have Hooked. I no longer have Hooked in my possession because Chris took the book.
Chris took Hooked.
See what I'm saying? That's like a 20.
Chris took Hooked.
I would give Hook up to anybody who wanted it, truly.
Long chapters.
Some are, some aren't. Some are.
That,
I just saw the C word.
Really?
You know the C word?
Okay. Well, male C word or female C word? There's a difference.
Male C word. Yeah, that one.
Okay.
Randy.
The one I thought that I saw one time and went, whoa, what was it? Crazy.
Yeah, it's a sex scene for sure.
Oh gosh.
He gently slid the course.
Whoa, you're ruining it. I don't want to hear.
Kissed my shoulder. Yeah, you know where that's going. Oh, yep. There's some S words and some
ruining my book for me.
Damp.
Okay.
Josh, did you know your mom likes this kind of stuff?
Oh, there's some pre-fluids. Pre-fluids are in here.
Mindy, did Josh know that you liked
yes.
that kind of book?
Yeah, he does. He left though. He's like, I hear Dale out there going, "Oh, spoiler alert!"
I'm only trying to watch this movie. You're spilling the last scene.
They're in the grotto when this happens. Okay, I'm done. Okay, I think I might have to read this book. I mean, when Josh is done with it, this is not his book though. It's his friend's book. It's his friend's book who lent it to him. Oh, he licked his lips.
If I know you, you're going to want to get the book yourself.
He licked his lips and said, I still prefer you naked. Well,
okay.
It is second to the right, Lynn. Second to the right. Copyright infringement.
Lynn's already like.
All right. So I've mapped out our next reading portion, and we're going to read up through chapter 22, not 23.
Okay, so yes, 22, no, 23.
Yep, up through 22, no 23.
You're ruining my book for me?
I'm done ruining your book for you. And I'm done with my book club now. So I can come say goodbye in real,
Okay.
All right, everybody got that? We all got it?
Got it.
Okay, well, let's see what happens in our next week here.
Hold on. Did Sherry put it in the comments for me? Yes.
She did. Yep, read through 22. No 23, Brandy. Sue says. You got it, right?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay, well, we'll see you next week, and I'm going to go say goodbye to my kid. All right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have fun.
Have a good week, everybody. Good week. See you next time.